Hi, everybody. It's Gab and Nate, and welcome Cutting Edge and anyone else who might not be from Cutting Edge. And we just want to say that if you're watching this, you're on YouTube. And the last few weeks, we've had a couple of technical difficulties, and we're so sorry about that. So we're actually about to go live on Instagram right now on Nate's iPad. And in order for YouTube to see that properly, I actually have to point you on my phone towards the iPad. So I'm sorry that's janky, but thank you for bearing with us as we're figuring this out week by week. We've had some issues. So I'm going to point you towards the iPad now so that you can be a part of the night. So stick with us no matter who you are. And here we go. I apologize. I'm going to just leave you like that.
Hello. We are live on Instagram.
Hello.
All right.
Here they come. Hi.
Hey.
Hi, guys.
Hello, Sierra.
Hold this for just a second.
Sure.
Hi, Libby.
We're doing a fun little recording thing.
We've had an issue the past couple weeks.
We're trying to get this on YouTube, and that's not an easy process. So, if you see one of us holding this phone, it's for a reason.
Yes, it is. That's right. How are y'all doing, guys? Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday to you. I miss you all so much.
Gab's propping up the phone. Here we are.
Hi, Mon. Mon, I almost said happy birthday, but that's not this Wednesday. It's next Wednesday. Can you come over this way? There we go. Okay. I think we might have finally got a system down.
Here we are.
How we doing? Hey,
how is
Sumela?
Everybody?
I miss you guys so much. Tell us how you are.
Yes.
Hi, Max.
Hey, Max.
How was your birthday, Max? Your birthday was Monday.
Yeah, we were so excited for you. Hey, Annette.
Hi, Annette. I miss you guys.
We miss you.
Oh, my gosh. Miss you guys so much. Yes. Hi, Mel. Yeah, Mom, we're going to sing to you next Wednesday. And we're also going to sing to someone else tonight, but he's not on here yet.
That's true. True
that.
What's up,
Miguel? Which I assume means also Natalie. If I missed you, don't be offended.
Yes, we love you anyway.
Monica is eating cookies as a dinner appetizer.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
I mean, why not just the full dinner?
Yeah, I mean,
right? Hi, Sophia.
This is quarantine, you know.
Hi, Sophia.
Yeah, we're so glad. We're just gonna wait a little bit longer as people are just popping on here.
Yeah, are you guys? I know that Toms River did not choose to do a spring break, but I heard other schools did like a 2-week spring break. So if you're on spring break, tell us. I understand it's not really a break; you're just in your house. But...
Which it's like, this whole thing's been a little bit like a spring break.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I mean, we still have a lot of schoolwork to do.
True. But is spring break treating you well? Tell us.
Casey.
Let me know. Hello, Casey. Hello. I have a peanut butter and Nutella sandwich in the toaster.
Yes, Mom.
That's where it's at.
Tyler's on break.
Anything you match peanut butter and Nutella with, like this is like true pastoral recommendation. You can't go wrong with peanut butter and Nutella.
That's right. And Sophia had 2 packs of fruit snacks.
Yes.
That's lovely.
Oh, I could pound like a sleeve of Oreos right now.
Yes. Now, you might say, how can Monica say spring break is treating her beautifully? She's not in school. But aha, she's a school teacher now. So,
right.
Believe me, the teachers like break too.
Teachers love break. My mom is a teacher, and she loves spring break.
She's
very happy about it right now.
Lacey voted to forego spring break. Yes, I did hear that.
That's hard.
Some people are loving it.
You're right. Some people are loving school.
They're loving, like certain people are liking that they did not have to do break.
I hear you.
Yeah, Mel, Oreos. Mel, do you have Oreos?
Yes, Oreos. All the Oreos.
Philly cheesesteak.
Oh.
Jamila, did you have it with the roll or without because of keto?
Yeah, let us know.
Hi, Dan.
What's up, Dan?
Which probably means DNA names.
True that.
I love you all so much.
Yeah, we miss all your faces.
We do.
We really miss your faces.
And we're going just a little stir crazy in the house, but it's fine. Ooh, low carb bread. We're gonna have to discuss that later because I found one and they lied. You turn it back on the label and it ain't low carb bread. I ate it anyway, but that's
because we're not at a time. We're not gonna throw bread away right now.
There's Eugene.
Hello, Eugene.
People. It's Eugene's birthday tomorrow.
Tomorrow is Eugene's birthday.
Yes.
And we are so excited.
We need to sing to you, Huge, and we're sorry it's not in the underground.
So hear the cacophony of our collective voices.
So guys, wherever you are in your house, I have to trust that you're doing it.
Right.
Sing with us. Are you ready?
This is it. This is your birthday song. It isn't very long.
Hey! We love you, Huge.
Yeah.
I don't know whether or not they did it.
I believe.
I'm trusting that you did it.
I know you guys did.
I don't know if some did.
I know you did. I know you wouldn't fail us. I trust.
There it is. See?
Yep.
Jamela did it that way. Yep.
It's beautiful.
Well, speaking of Jamela is going to be joining us tonight. We're going to let her in just a second. But before we do that, I wanted to remind you about the emails that we've been talking about on Instagram to the people in the elderly community. There is a beautiful woman in our church named Nancy. She's going to be taking these emails. They're going to go directly to her, so we know who the emails are going to, not some random stranger. And you basically just say, "Dear resident," and then you just write something encouraging. In fact, I know that Monica is having a lot of her students from her school do it too, which is awesome. And she is going to take those letters, print them out, sanitize them, and deliver them to the nursing homes in our area. And tonight's the last night to do it, guys. So when we get off, grab your parents' email if you don't have one, and just write a really encouraging note. So, yeah. Eugene said he'll be in the underground all day tomorrow. It's because Eugene is still working.
He's
like a boss.
He's sanitizing things and cleaning stuff and keeping the church up to speed. He is like fixing things. Like there's problems we didn't even know existed. He's taking care of them. Yes. So thank you, Eugene, for all that you're doing, man.
And yes, and all these things that are happening, they're happening fast for us. So definitely read that.
Yep.
But yes, if you have come on and we haven't said hello to you specifically, please know that we're glad you're here.
Hello to you specifically.
And for those of you watching on YouTube, we're glad that you're here too. You can comment below so we know that you watched.
Yeah, hit like, subscribe, enjoy our janky recording.
So, couple things. Next week we are going to do an Ask Us Anything right here in our house. So Serena, who's running our Instagram lately, and probably Sierra, who's been running our Snapchat, is going to be putting out kind of like a, hey, ask Pastor Gab and Nate anything next week. And you can do that on Instagram or Snapchat during the week. And then we'll answer them next week. It could be anything. It could be fun. It could be, what are you eating during quarantine? That seems to be a very fun topic.
Oh, it sounds muy
delicioso. It can
be
something about God. It can be something in the Bible. It could be literally anything.
Anything that anything you want to hear us. You can ask us anything. You know, no worries. Yep,
yes.
Put it on there.
Jamela said, "Why is my laundry piling up like crazy?" And the answer will be next week. We'll talk about that.
I'm trying to figure this out right now about why are our dishes multiplying in the sink. I don't understand how two people.
Because we're eating so much.
I don't understand. No, I don't even think. I think they're literally just kidnapping other dishes. Yes. And depositing them in our sink, and we have to clean them.
It's true.
I don't know.
So that's next week. That's next week, guys. And we want to thank Mel for doing worship last week on here. If you missed that, just go on the Church of Grace and Pieces YouTube and watch that. Not right now, when you're done watching this. But thank you, Mel, for doing that. And we're going to have Jamela come on now. So Jamela, if you can send the request, we will let you in.
And we know there's a little bit of a delay, so that'll be popping up here momentarily.
Mel was great. Mel was absolutely
Mel's
great.
the best.
And you're all so wonderful.
Because you don't want to hear me sing playing the piano.
It's true. It's true.
Some of you have had that pleasure, and yeah.
Okay, here she comes.
Getting hurt.
We got you. We got you.
Go live.
Here she comes.
Wanted to double check that was her. Otherwise,
here she comes. Eugene is correct about the disposable dishes.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good.
We're good. We talked to you a little bit today, but I still miss your face.
I miss your face.
It's different, not just being in person.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's very rich.
Yes, and I don't mean to be, that person, but we did not do this purposely, but we do have 3 out of the 4 current identity leaders. So identity,
assemble.
Yeah. If you're not a part of Cutting Edge, it's just one of our life groups, but love all of you life groups, all of you.
Yes,
but,
yes.
Yeah. Jamela, what have you been up to? Tell everybody. I'm sure everyone is anxious, not the word anxious, I don't know why I said anxious, excited to hear how you are and what you've been up to, because you are on our front lines. Guys, if you don't know, Jamela still works at one of the senior communities, and she's literally one of the heroes that everyone's been talking about. She's on the front lines right now. So Jamela, tell us how you are and how everything's going.
I'm doing wonderful. So I've been working And so I'm very blessed to say that we're not really dealing with people with COVID.
Praise God.
But that's a reality for a lot of facilities, because in other facilities they're all like locked in the same place, so it's like easy to spread more. So that's why like if one person gets it, they like all get it. Yeah. You know, not all, but so I know a couple facilities who have it, unfortunately. But I mean, it's really encouraging to see like just everyone just step up their game, even though like this is going around. It's good to see like there's still encouragement and positivity in the midst of all this. It's really nice. Like, just the staff like just taking extra like steps just to, because the residents like they have to eat in their rooms, so they're quarantined, and they stopped activities. And so they're going like door to door and stuff, so they're doing activities like that. But they do like fun extra stuff. Like one of my coworkers, she was going around and she had like a basket, and like you had to pick out of it, and like you did whatever it said. So it's like do a funny dance or tell us a joke.
Aww,
or tell us your favorite memory or something. It was just nice to get everyone like laughing and having fun.
Oh, good.
Resurrection Sunday, I went to my job and I sang them a few songs. So I sang Peter Cottontail.
Aww.
And I didn't even know the song existed. I'm literally I'm asking my residents, I'm like, is there like an Easter song? I don't understand. There's so many Christmas songs. I'm a Christmas caroler. Right. I know the Christmas.
And then of course so many Christian resurrection songs, but you probably can't really sing those there. So yeah.
Well, I did.
Like you did it anyway. Okay. Of course you did. I love it.
Good job.
I sang Peter Cottontail. It's like a fun one, and I learned it like the morning of, and then I sang What a Beautiful Name It Is.
Nice.
And then we ended with the national anthem or America the Beautiful. Just to.
Oh gosh.
But it was really nice. So work has been good. And so other than that, are you okay?
Yeah, you always get me emotional with this stuff.
I wanted to shop, right? This was before it. They were playing. It was like when this first started to come out, and they were playing Proud to Be an American. And I was bawling in ShopRite.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, it just means so differently, like when we're in this situation, But it was beautiful. I was like, wow, I am to do it together. I totally understand people when they say the fridge is their biggest enemy. I totally get that. Yeah. I honestly think it's so much easier to just, like eat, and everyone's like Oreos, cookies. I'm like, amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
We're having a bit of a problem here. People are saying that they can't hear you for some reason. You were going a little bit in and out by us, and we hear you, but people can't hear you. We're not sure why. So, this is the joy of doing it live, right?
Is your
Hi, Cal.
How's your connection?
Can you hear us, Jamela? Oh dear.
Not good.
Oh, Jamela said that it came back at the fridge part.
I can hear you.
You can hear us? Yeah. I think it's because you're in Lacey. You're down south.
They said, it's back now.
In and out. Oh, she can hear you. Okay, so we're just.
But we're having.
Yeah.
It's definitely we're having poor connection.
The joy of doing it live. Say something, Jamela.
Chicken nuggets.
Okay, we heard the chicken nuggets.
Everybody say chicken nuggets in the chat if you heard her say chicken nuggets.
Oh, that's going to be a lag. But yes.
Chicken nuggets. Chicken nuggets.
Okay, good.
Okay.
You could have just been where you were in the house. So
yeah.
The joy of it live.
Listen, if we lose you, it's all good. No worries.
Yeah. Yes. But with that.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, a little better.
Yeah, that's a little better.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, give our saying chicken nuggets. Oh, hey! My nugget fam is coming. The nugget community.
I miss when you would do like testing your microphone on Wednesday before worship, and you would just test it by saying the word chicken nuggets over and over again.
Chicken nuggets. Always chicken nuggets. Never not chicken nuggets.
Absolutely.
Oh, amen.
So with what we're gonna, okay, good.
This is
and we even see you a little clearer now too.
You've cleared out.
Yeah. So Jamela, thank you for being those people that are working on the front lines with these people, and I'm sure you would say that we would love for everyone to write that email tonight, right?
Yes, please.
Yeah, even if you're not like from our church or something, like if you happen to be watching this and you're like, well, I don't even go to Cutting Edge, that's okay. It's not just Cutting Edge doing it. It's many people doing it. So just go ahead, write that email to comfortresidence@gmail.com. It goes to someone we know and trust in our church, and she's going to print them and send those letters to people in the elderly communities. They're actually going to be making like some copies and stuff. So just something encouraging. Just
it's a great thing to do.
People are thinking of you and you are not alone. So,
yeah.
But with that being said, we wanted to talk this week to you guys all about just spending time with the Lord in this time. And I know we talk about that a lot at Cutting Edge, but really you can't ever really talk about it too much.
And this is a great time if you have a hard time like spending time with the Lord. This is a great time to do that. And we just want to make it real simple. We don't want it to be. We don't want it to come across like overly complicated, right? Spending time with God can be easy. And it can be very powerful, and it doesn't always have to be this giant, extravagant experience. But God's also real, and you can experience Him.
Yeah, and we wanted Sumela to join because if you guys remember, the week that we ended up starting the quarantine was the week that Sumela was supposed to preach by herself for the first time. And I told her, "Don't you worry, Sumela. When we come back, you're still preaching." But she was going to be talking about spending time with God. So we would like to just talk with her about some ideas that she has had in this time of just how to spend time with God. Some of you are out there and you're like, I spend time with God all the time. But others of you might be like, yeah, I love God, but it's been a while. And guys, this is our 5th Wednesday.
The COVID Chronicles continue.
Yes. Is it 5th or 4th? 5th.
5th wow. COVID Chronicles.
And so, some of you might be like, okay, we've been doing this for a long time, but have you spent that time with the Lord at all? Some of you are on spring break right now. Now's a great time to do it. So, Sumela, what are some thoughts you have on spending time with God, and what are some of the ways you've been able to implement it in this time of everything going on?
Well, just like Nate was saying, how it doesn't have to be complicated.
Yeah.
I feel people are like A plus B equals C, and then trigonometry. It doesn't have to be like that.
That's right.
So for me, I always try to spend time with the Lord every day. Mm-hmm. And sometimes, I always try to do, kind of like get into the Word, whether I'm like in a certain specific part in the Bible, or if I'm doing like a devotional, YouVersion, so something like that. Mm-hmm. I always constantly like want to stay in the Word. It's important, especially in times like quarantine. Quarantine, like when you have more time in your thoughts, and it's easy to, have moments of doubt, just like in your feelings, and so it's important to know like the Word of God. So like I like to implement like the Word, some type of worship, like whether I worship or like listen to worship music, and then if I want to journal or prayer.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we just lost you for a second.
Sometimes it's not always. Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can.
Yeah, with a journal and prayer.
Okay.
Journal and prayer.
Because my phone is low battery.
Oh
no!
No, that's okay. I had to plug it in though.
Oh yes, go plug it in.
I always try to implement like those in my quiet time. So my quiet time, it ranges. It could be anywhere from like half an hour to an hour, or I feel like what's most important is that you are like taking that initiative like to spend time with God. Sometimes it's not always going to be a set hour, always at this time I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
And there's also seasons of time where like
okay, a little bit of a lag spike.
I know I spend most of my time on prayer.
Now she's going super fast.
Yeah, you like lagged out and then like all cut
up. It's like your best outside.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. It goes in and out.
Oh, cool. Okay. So sometimes it's like whatever season I'm in, like, hey, I need more prayer in my life. Like I'll focus on prayer, or whatever it looks like. Different seasons of my life, I may need more something than others. Like whether prayer or like more of the Word. So that's kind of like lately in quarantine, I've been really wanting to amp up the Bible in my life, and prayer, because I feel like in this time of quarantine, like I was saying, it's easy to get into your feelings. It's easy to just overthink, you know? And so knowing the word and knowing God's promises will not make you believe like any attacks from the enemy or anything. So I think just honestly, just, you know, just having that time with the Lord, whether it's 5 minutes or whether it's an hour, doesn't have to, you know, doesn't always have to be a long thing. It's nice to have those times with God, but even just having 5 minutes is like, you know, you're giving it to God. So it's important.
Yeah, no, it's so true.
Yeah, that's really good.
I think you're right, like not overthinking it. And, you know, guys, I know some of you might have a lot of people in your house. You might not have a lot of people in your house, you know, but wherever it is, even if you have to go outside in your yard, you know, Nate has been taking time to just take walks, like in our woods that we have right here. I know not everyone lives by woods that are, you know, safe and everything, but we know the woods, they're safe.
For the record, just a little side note, we our woods are, you know, very safe. They're very secluded, but we have this big turkey.
Huge.
That has been like just wandering around our house, and we had the windows open this morning. Like it was like nice morning. Like we opened the windows like just a little bit to let fresh air in, and it was like a nice peaceful morning. And I hear this like, it doesn't sound like a gobble.
No, you would think
it sounds like a trilly. Like yeah, something like that. And it was the turkey outside just hanging out.
And we don't live in Toms River. Like, I know Toms River has had, like, a lot of turkeys. We live in Brick. So I don't know.
But this one's totally like, I walked out the other day and saw him there, and he was like, what are you doing in my yard?
But he's only in our yard. Like, he just walks around our house. And yes, we have named the turkey, but I think it's a little on the nose. It's just Mr. Gobbles right now.
Aww.
So we want Mr. Gobbles to live a long and nice life. But he's also getting on my last nerve.
He's all about that 5 a.m.
Libby,
life.
it's your new friend, accept it. Yeah, clearly he's come. I don't even know.
I'm like this close to like
migration. Yeah, they're migrating from Tom's River. But anyway, so Nate's taking walks in the woods.
All that to say.
Just to like pray. And he didn't always have time to do that, especially when he had to like run to the office. So even though we're working from home, Nate's been taking the time to like spend time with God outside. Especially now that it's springtime, you know? So maybe you guys can do that. And if you don't know where to start, we were saying a couple weeks ago, just start with the book of Psalms. Psalms has a lot of chapters in it, and they're short. So I decided, hey, I realized like a couple of days ago, it was like day 25 of the quarantine I'm in, right? Some of you might be on a different date. And I was just like, I'm just going to start with Psalm 25. You don't have to start at Psalms 1, you know? And so I've been doing that. So today is my 30th day of being quarantined. So I read Psalms 30, you know? And they're all really, really good. No, we're not shooting him and we're not eating him.
Yeah, Eugene.
I love meat, but not meat that I know.
And I enjoy turkeys.
But not turkey that I know.
But we don't eat Mr. Gobbles.
No, we don't. So
we're not there. It's
I'm
not
a meat eater, but not a turkey that I know. But yeah, so just try that, you know, just be like, I'm just going to start in Psalms. And you know what? That's where I started a long time ago with my quiet time with the Lord. And you don't have to have big words of prayer. You can just be like, God, today I'm a little lonely. Or you can be like, God, today I'm doing good, and I want you to show me how I can make someone else's day good, you know? And it starts small, right, Sumela?
Amen. Yeah, just small steps. I mean, and knowing that the Lord is with you, and you know, it's really just like making that effort, you know. And I know sometimes it's easier to like, I mean, I know it because everybody else is like binge watching things, and you know. But, you know, just making that time, setting that time apart. I always try to set time every day to have that time with God. Knowing, because it's also like putting out an effort, like showing like, hey, God, I take my relationship with you seriously. And this is like the perfect opportunity to grow in the Lord. It's a perfect opportunity when you have more time on your hands to say, God, like, I'm going to give you more of my time. And, you know, I really think that God really wants to pour out his spirit in a new, fresh way.
Yeah.
You know? And so, I mean, I said it before, I'm excited for the season, and I know it's a difficult one, it's a very hard one, but I really believe that God really wants to do something new and fresh, and it's just willing to say, like, I receive that, God, I'm gonna, you know, and just, it's so important, the quiet time is so important, because that's really where God transforms you. You know, he could do it in a church, he could do it, you know, sure, he could do it in public settings, but it's just different when it's one-on-one with God.
Yeah,
and it's we need this quiet time.
Yeah, and you don't have to, like, overthink it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
By the way, to answer all your questions, I have many pictures of Mr. Gobbles already. It's on my phone. I'll post it on Instagram, and I will show you. I can't show you now because I'm also using my phone to, like, record for YouTube. But, the pictures exist. Believe me. I'll show you.
He's a fat turkey.
He is. But, yeah, so That'll happen. But yeah, I agree with everything you said, Jamila.
That's very good.
And you know, guys, there's been some devotionals, little short devotionals going up on the Church of Grace and Pieces YouTube. Nate did one, I did one, Monica did, I think a couple, and more are going up there. And other people did them too, and they're awesome. So they're like little 3, 4, 5-ish minute things, and you can just watch those and then even like read maybe the verses that we mention in there. And just kind of focus on that. Start there, you know. Find those devotionals on YouVersion. You know, that's a good place to do that.
While I have you, Jamila, can I want to just ask you, because like this is like we're kind of like interviewing you here. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay.
One of the things, Jamila, tell me. No, one of the things that I think is important, and I feel like I shared on this last time we spoke that I felt like the Lord had told me to share that like He's still speaking, and like God wants to speak to us. In your experience, how do you feel like God has like? What is it like for God to speak to you? What is that like? If we were to be real practical about it, if we weren't to overly spiritualize it, right? How does God speak to us? Have you experienced Him speaking to you? What's that like?
For me, I know like they always say like in the still small voice. So that could look like, I mean, times where God has spoken to me was mostly in my alone time with Him. So like I know we mentioned like prayer of like, okay, like we pray to God, but also realizing that prayer is a two-way conversation. And so the times like when we are praying, like we give God that time to speak to us. And I've had the Lord speak to me when I gave Him the chance to speak back, and just expecting God, like, God, I know you want to speak to me, and allowing Him to speak back. There's also been times where, you know, say I'm at the store or something and the Lord just spoke to me, knowing basically it was, I always describe like sometimes when I don't expect God to speak to me and He speaks to me, it's like it's kind of like ever like lose a thought and then you're like, oh, it'll come back, and it just shoots back into your mind. Sometimes I feel like the Lord speaks to me in that way, like where it's like, oh, it was a thought that I know wasn't my own, but I know the Lord spoke it to me.
Yeah, because it's not like an audible voice or anything. I was just talking to someone about that today. It can just be like a still small, that's really what the Bible calls it, just a still small voice, like in your spirit, you know?
So you kind of feel it in your spirit. You feel it's like that kind of wasn't my own, and I have this sense or this feeling of, you know.
And He always speaks through peace. He never speaks through fear, you know.
Amen.
So yeah, yes. You're right.
That's something too. Like, if just like a heads up, if you ever want to, I had someone talking to me about like decisions they had to make, and I was like, oh, that's tough one. But I always say, you know, where is your peace at with that? So sometimes the Lord will speak to you about peace. You'll have peace about something, or you won't, and you know, like, hey, I shouldn't go down this road.
Yeah.
But the Lord does want to talk to you.
Yeah,
He does want to give him the chance to, and yeah.
And especially in this time. So I know that even some of your life group leaders have been challenging you and saying, hey, like, seek after the Lord. What's He saying to you? Don't feel like you have to have these paragraphs from God. I don't have that either. But to say, all right, God, I'm going to seek after you. And I'm just going to be still before you for a second. I'm going to read your Bible. I'm going to read your word, the Bible, for a couple of minutes. I'm just going to listen to a worship song and really focus, even if it's 5 minutes a day. And I'm telling you, God's going to tell you guys some cool stuff. And we said this last week, but just like we would on a Wednesday night, if God shares anything really cool with you in this time, let us know. Like, DM us like on social media, or if you have our number, let us know. And if you want it to be shared with everyone, we can. And if you don't, just let it, that's cool too. If it's like, hey, I don't know if it's for everybody, but keep us posted on what God's sharing with you. Because it's not like, oh, God only speaks to the leaders or to the pastors. That's not even God loves you.
That's not even biblical.
God wants to have a really cool relationship with you. So we just want you to grow closer with Him. And you guys do know Him. So many of you already know Him so well. And if you don't, we can give you answers about that too and point you to Him. So, Jamila, is there any other cool like ideas that you have for them in this time before we close up? We didn't want our video to go too long tonight because we want to make sure it actually goes on YouTube. There was like an issue last week with how long the video was.
Right.
So any other other things you would tell them before we go?
Yeah. Well, I love you guys.
Love you too.
Stay encouraged. Like in the beginning of the season, like at least for me, I can be like honest with you guys. Like in the beginning of the season, I was like, yeah, we're gonna get through this, and and then it kind of, the whole quarantine season kind of like was longer than expected, to be honest with you, because I was like, I remember talking to Gab, and I was like, yeah, I'm ready to like praise Jesus, like Resurrection Sunday, and it wasn't a reality. It was different. It was weird, to be honest with you. But yeah, so I feel like there was a season where there was like a few days where I was kind of like discouraged. But can I just say the Lord woke me up and like, you know, really truly encouraged me. And if that's you, like say you started out strong and then you kind of were like weary, you know, just know that He's your foundation. He is your power source, and him, you know, without him, you can't do anything. So I want to encourage you guys, you know, like if you're feeling certain feelings or whatever, just to give it to God and knowing that He really is the source of everything. So if you pray, Lord, like I'm feeling discouraged, I don't know what to do, but Lord God, I know like that you are the source of everything. You are my foundation. Like speaking that over yourself, and the Lord hears you, and He will deliver you. You know.
Yeah.
It's just, God is so good, you know, because even in those seasons, like, I'm sorry, but like, if I'm in a rut, I can't get myself out. I need Jesus.
I hear, yes, I totally hear that.
Yeah. Like, God, I don't know why I feel discouraged. Like, because I came in this strong. I'm like, I'm ready, Lord. Like, I know you're going to do wonderful things in this season, you know, because we will never get the season. I mean, we won't really get a season like this back. You know, maybe have a little more time on our hands. So, you know, Lord, like transform me. And, you know, there was a few days where I was discouraged, and the Lord just like, because I went to him, Lord, I'm noticing I'm a little discouraged, you know, but the Lord was the one that lifted that, you know, He lifted that off of me. And so praise Jesus. So just knowing that God is able, just give it to Him, surrender it to Him, like freshly surrender every day, you know? So just to do that, stay encouraged.
I agree with that entirely. And I think I would say, like, just know that all of us have moments. It's not like we're all perfect at this, you know? So, like, all of us have days where we're in that rut, or we're in that place of, like, oh, I just haven't spent that time with God today. We've all been there, but we can just, it's like the song that Mel has been quoting forever from Frozen 2, which has seemed to have been the theme of all of these things, by the way. Just do the next right thing. It's kind of like that. Like, it's just like, it actually kind of goes in line with what Pastor Walt always says, do right and trust God. Like, just say, hey, if I haven't done this in a while, if it's been 5 weeks on quarantine, I haven't spent any time with God, today I'm going to spend 2 minutes, you know? And then tomorrow I'm going to spend 3 minutes. You know what I mean? And then just, you let that grow. Were you going to diss on Frozen 2?
I was going to say, if you, you know, to go on the Frozen 2 theme, you know, you could just walk out into my woods and you can go into the unknown.
I wanted to just say one quick thing. But Psalm 91, the very first 2 verses, says, he, or she, who dwells in the shelter of the Most High, which is God, will abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I will trust. And what that essentially, you know, reminds us of is like, if in order to just abide in Him, it takes time. We can dwell in Him. We are safe in Him in this time. And He is our refuge. We can trust Him. And in order to grow that trust with God, you have to spend some time with God. So we want to encourage you guys to just take some time this week to just spend some time with Him. And like I said, start small. Start in Psalms. Psalms is so beautiful. There's nothing small about Psalms. Start there.
Psalms.
Yeah. And, you know, listen to a couple worship songs. Worship along with those worship songs. Don't just listen. And seek after God, and He's going to speak to you. We're excited to hear all the stuff that God's going to do in all of your lives in this time.
And I just want to remind you guys, James chapter 4, there's verse 8, real small, real simple, but I love it. It says, draw near to God, and He will draw near to you. Yes. Hey, God desires to speak to you. You don't have to work hard to hear from God, but you do need to take the time to draw near to Him. And He wants to speak. He is speaking, and He wants to use you in this time. This is not wasted time.
No.
And no time spent with God is wasted. In fact, I want to encourage you to, no act of faith, big or small, is wasted. In fact, I would even go so far as to say there's not one act of faith that is small in the eyes of heaven. So, you know, have faith, draw near to Him, let God speak to you, grow in Him, and watch what He'll do in your life and in the lives of those around you.
Yeah.
Because He wants to use you as a connection between Him and your family, your friends, the world around us, even if that's your own home. He wants to use you to show His love, and He wants to speak to you through that. So
yeah. So we love you guys.
We love you all.
And next week, we're going to do the Ask Us Anything thing. I think we're going to do that I think I'm going to be cooking dinner as we do it, just to keep it fun. So think of some questions that you have, whether
I will not be cooking. I might dice things.
He helps.
I can wave a knife.
He does. He really does help, but he's not the cook in the family.
I am not a cook.
But he does
what's
help.
on the menu?
What's on the menu? Depends on what we got in the fridge by next week. We might have to go food shopping again. But I've been in this weird kibasi phase, which is very un-Italian, but super yummy.
But it's been really good. It's been like kibasi and cabbage, which not the first thing you'd think, but it was delicious when she made it.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, guys. It'll be a surprise.
I'll have dinner.
Yes.
Together once.
Exactly. So think of some questions, whether they be fun or deep questions about God, or just fun questions about life, questions about, Nate and I or whatever. Anything you want answered, and we'll have some fun. And that'll be next week. So
Hopefully
just be looking.
Hopefully we'll have, pictures of Tom
And
up.
bananas.
I said Tom.
I wish I could make
I
up
keep
bananas.
calling the turkey Tom.
He's not Tom.
Mr. Gobbles.
Well, he's not going to be our dinner.
No. Hopefully we'll have pictures of him on our Instagram.
That's what you were saying.
No. I'm slowly, even though this turkey has woken me up at 5 a.m.
Oh my
All right, the
gosh.
past 2 mornings.
I was like, end the live stream.
End it. We're done. Back it out.
Don't let PETA see.
Well, I see that Eugene and Jeff would like him for Turkey Bowl. We can have him there at Turkey Bowl.
If you can capture him.
Just as a live mascot of a bird, and that's what Eugene meant by that.
I have been kicked by a turkey, so I'm not going to try and capture this one.
Yes, he
I'm
was.
just throwing that out there.
Ecuador.
I will share that.
That's a story for next week.
For an Ask Us Anything night, I'll tell you about my battle with the giant turkey in Ecuador.
But only if they ask about it.
Only if they ask.
I cannot wait to read your memoir one day.
It was the year 2015. No, what was? It was actually 2005.
2005. Now
it was
he's
the year
showing how old he is.
2005. I'm not old. I am aged. Very different.
We're getting there.
All right.
Anyway, and I do remember, Sarah, we did do that one year. We had a live turkey, and he was wonderful, and he was unharmed, and he was fun at Turkey Bowl. So we could probably do that again this year.
That's right. But it probably won't be Mr. Gobbles. So.
We never know. So listen,
we'll try to befriend him.
Jamila, thank you for taking the time with us. I love hearing just about how your walk with the Lord is growing, and I think that's really inspiring to everybody else. And guys, for real, go ahead and rewatch this, whether it's on the story for the next 24 hours or on YouTube. If you are on YouTube and you have questions for us, just comment below. We'll see them there, and we'll answer them.
Make sure you follow us, hit like, subscribe, all the things.
All the things, yes,
hit
on
the
YouTube.
bells if you're on YouTube.
For YouTube.
Keep up with us on Instagram.
And watch the devotionals on the Church of Grace and Peace's YouTube, my friends.
So.
Oh, we lost Jamila, but I think that's okay timing because we're about to go off anyway.
Oh, we hear her.
So we love you guys so much, and Eugene, happy birthday tomorrow.
Yeah.
And you guys have a wonderful, wonderful night.
All right.
We love.
Listen,
and miss
we
you.
love you all. If we can, Jamila, are you with us? You're good. It's all good anyway.
She's like there and not there.
All right. It's great timing.
Love you.
All right. Love you all.
We miss you too, Libby. We miss you too.
We miss you guys.
We love you. Love you
I'm
too,
gonna
Natalie.
just end. There we go. Perfect.
Love you, Mom.
We love you all, and we look forward to talking with you guys next week.
Love you, Sophia. Oh,
yeah.
I really miss you all so much. I see your faces. Hi, Sarah. Love you.
Yeah. All right.
Hi, Holly. Love you, Annette.
Oh my goodness.
Love you, Courtney. Oh my God, I really miss you guys.
This is, for the record, this is one of the hardest parts.
Right, because now I'm like,
let's
stay on. But then it won't be uploaded to YouTube if I make it any longer.
Right. We're at like maximum limit. Guys, we truly love you all. We miss you, and we cannot wait to see your faces.
Yes, and keep seeking after the Lord in this time, guys.
That's right. And know that, like, the Lord is faithful.
He's so faithful.
He is.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Farewell. If I can figure out how to end.
You just end over there. And YouTube, thank you for hanging with us. We're sorry that was really janky that you had to look at the iPad, but it's what we had to do this week. So if you are watching this on YouTube and you have a question for Nate or I, just ask us in the comments below. Bye.